Okay, here we go. So this is the picture I did at Modus last Thursday evening, and I'm now going to clean it up. I start off with removing the salt, because if I don't remove the salt, it ends up, my fingers end up really sore. Just like rubbing your fingers on sandpaper really, so it's best to remove most of that. Now I'll try and do this systematically, so it's hopefully we'll get a nice clean transformation. So I'll just start rubbing at the top here. Oh, this is coming off very nicely. This should be a good clean up. Masking fluid and oh nope. It's going to be rub it all the way. If you did see the demonstration last week, then you realise I have painted this a little bit more from then. The details didn't quite work, so I just wanted a bit more detail in there. There's still a bit of salt there, so I should do that. There we go. And peeling off. Oh, there's my signature. It's cleaned up fairly well, not much. There's a few bits here, you can see where it's masked, but it's not come up because the acrylic is a little bit too tough for the masking fluid to lift up, so I'm going to go over those like this. I think it goes sideways. It goes quite like that. And I find it helps to follow the line of the masking fluid rather than going across if I can. That way I get nice clean lines, because these can sometimes look quite gouged if the acrylic is really thick. But this one's coming up quite well, so I don't think I've got too much of an issue today. And no rips this time. It's always a good one when I don't have any rips. Of course now it's spoken, something's going to happen. Take a little while because there's a few bits here that just in line. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm experimenting with different camera angles to see which one works best. But because I'm doing this on my own this time, I don't have somebody coming along saying, oh, this is working or this isn't working, or I can see. So if you let me know if you can't see very well, I can experiment with the camera angles. It's always the case where it's really thick is the worst bit, and I'm not even sure I've done any masking under here, so I have to be particularly careful, because this is potential for ripping. No, there is something to that. It's just buried deep. Masking there. I always find if I rub my hands across, you can normally feel where it's not come off, and you can go over those little bits there. move around a bit to make sure that angle is showing very well. So if I move to the side a bit, hopefully you can see clearly without my hand in the way. So I'm not sure what's happening with that camera because I think that stopped recording. Ah. Okay, I'm carrying on. It's still recording. Problem with the battery, I think. Okay. This is often easier when you've got a nice rhythmic pattern like this. I tend to find if I'm cleaning up some foliage or organic things, because the lines aren't predictable, it can be very difficult to work out where they are, and I often find I miss them in those cases. But here, because I've got a nice clean lines following a rigid structure, it's quite easy to guess where they should be if that you can't see them, which, trust me, happens quite often. So if I follow that line there, I know there's a line going through, so somewhere under there should be some masking fluid, and there is a bit, and if it, no, it doesn't want to lift. It should just carry on like that. Yeah, this is the bit that normally takes quite a while because I have to keep going over. I should probably stop recording in a moment because it's probably not quite so exciting to see as the earlier stages. It's cleaning up quite quickly, so. The other thing to remember with masking fluid is you want to try and take it off as soon as possible, but obviously not while the painting's still wet. This hasn't been on too long that it started sticking to the paper, which is the big problem. It's an endless voyage of discovery. You think you're finished, and then you find another bit that you've missed. Little bits here. There's still quite a bit along there. little more here, but I think I'm more or less there. Switch too soon. Say this again, I think we're nearly done, then I'll go and find another bit. It's not uncommon for me to find more pieces that I've missed when I've done a picture like this. I think I've cleaned it all up and then I go to it a week or so later and I find there's more bits. I'm trying to go systematically so I don't do that here. Nearly done. Oops. Don't need that anymore, so we'll leave that for now. I had intended doing more masking on this, but because it was for a demonstration piece, I ran out of time in the demonstration, and the masking isn't terribly exciting to see because you can't really see anything unless you're very close, so it doesn't work very well for a demonstration situation. So there was planned to be much more of this sort of stuff going on around these. I may well create another one and actually do that because I was quite keen on that happening. I think we're there. Nope, 5 more. I'm going to keep saying that for the next 5 minutes. I think we're done. Oh, no, there's more. But I am going to stop, I think, because it's quite addictive actually. You say you're going to finish and you've had another bit. It's just a little bit more. Like watching late night movies. Just want to see a little bit more of the film, or do I go to bed? Right, there we go. Done.